Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the High Top Sports Network studios for another Student Athlete Spotlight, sponsored by the fine folks at TGIF Solutions. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters. My name is Josh Schreckengost, and today I am joined by Armstrong Riverhawks junior starting quarterback, Cadin Olsen. Before we get to the X's and O's, Cadin, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. It was really a good time to spend with family. We always did annual tradition of a turkey boil every morning, and there were a lot of people there, so we all had a good time getting together and sharing our memories. So it was a good time.
So great to hear about that Thanksgiving. How was the turkey bowl?
It was good. It was a lot of fun. There were a lot of people there, and it was just another fun time to get with my friends and have a good time playing football. So
great. And on Thanksgiving Day, you were named to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette Fab 22. Just talk to me a little bit about that accolade, being named one of the top 22 players in the WPIAL.
You know, it's really an honor. Being in the season, I was projected to be part of it, but that wasn't really my focus at all during the season. I don't really think about those things. I just try to focus on each game week to week. After the season, I wasn't really expecting to get it, to be honest. I thought there were a lot of players that may have gotten ahead of me. But after I saw that, I was very excited and very honored to be a part of such a great list. Obviously, I couldn't have done it without the rest of my team, and it just shows that all the hard work in the offseason and the time we put in has all paid off.
Yeah, it paid off in a big way for you guys this year. You helped lead the Riverhawks to the first playoff win in program history. Just give me a little feeling, the locker room, the emotion. Just kind of run me through what it was like to get that first playoff win in school history.
You know, before the game, there were a lot of emotions. We knew that it was a chance to make history and go out there and do something that no one's ever done before, and we just wanted to make the most of that. Before the game, Coach Fabian had a long talk with us, and he said, just do it. Go out there and do it for yourselves. You guys have worked all offseason for this, and you've put in all the hard work, and tonight's the night to go out and show everyone that it's going to pay off, and we just did that. So it was a great experience.
Certainly did pay off. And this year, you took a big step forward, I think, in running the offense. You were the team's leading rusher this year, 45 total touchdowns on the season, plenty on the ground, I think 14 on the ground. Heck, you even caught one. So what was that like this year? Was that by design, or did Coach Fabian give you a little bit more freedom to run the show?
I think this year, after what Coach Fabian saw I could do last year, he kind of put the offense in my hands a little bit more, with audibles and checking certain plays to certain looks the defense gives us. And I felt like I tried to make the most I could out of everything in the opportunities the defense gave us. So by him giving me that, I think it really helped us put ourselves in a better chance to win. And from what we saw during the season, that was pretty much the case.
Another big year for you throwing the ball as well, over 2,000 yards again, second straight year doing that. I know you've gotten some interest from some colleges, have made some visits. Talk to me about visiting Yale, home of another Armstrong alum, Zane Dudek.
It was a great experience up there. We actually got to meet up with Zane before the game, and it was really cool to see him. It was senior night, so it was also really cool to see Zane's last game. Unfortunately, he was dealing with some injuries, so he didn't play as much as maybe he wanted. But being able to go up to the Yale Bowl and see such a great atmosphere was something that you really can't see anywhere else.
Yeah, you've gotten to visit a couple historic stadiums. Got to go out to Happy Valley and visit Beaver Stadium out there for Penn State. Got to visit the Yale Bowl, very historic venue. Just talk to me a little bit about that, standing on the field at such historic places.
It's really special. I mean, my dad has taken me to all my campus visits except the one at Yale. My mom was up there with me, and it's just really special being there with everyone. It's really cool to be on the sidelines before the games and see how teams do everything. You get to talk to some coaches, and you get to see their viewpoints on everything they have up there. So I think it's really cool being on the sidelines. And obviously at Beaver Stadium, 110,000 people is something that you can't find too many other places in the country. So being in that atmosphere with all that noise is unbelievable.
Have you given much thought? Have you put one school ahead of any other schools right now after your visits and after, the interest that you've received from coaching staffs?
I wouldn't say that one school maybe would top another. I really liked some schools more than others, but there are also some other things that certain schools provide over others, such as education and opportunities they offer. So everything's really on the table right now. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I know you're a stellar student. My mom has you in class and she just raves about you. So it's, I know that you prioritize education, as does your family. And one thing that I noticed on your Fab 22 questionnaire, the career that you would choose if you weren't an athlete would be to be a doctor. What field of medicine would you be most interested in? Are you going to follow the old man into being a chiropractor?
I haven't really thought about that too much. I mean, I'm really into biology. I enjoy that type of stuff. So I'm taking those classes and such in school, but I haven't really thought about that too much, but maybe just get in the medical field in the future.
Excellent. One thing I wanted to kind of jump back to, talking about this regular season, the amount of touchdowns that you scored this year, the amount of, I think, faith that you built up in some of your receivers this year, really looked to me that you were taking the step forward, not just statistically, but as a team leader. How have you embraced being the leader, one of the leaders of the Riverhawks?
I think being the quarterback of the team, everyone really looks up to you. It's kind of you're kind of running the show, so you have to be a leader, and that's just basically essential to being a quarterback. So if people aren't looking up to you and following in your role, then I mean your team isn't going to do very well. So I figured that throughout the season, Coach Fabian really emphasized that I needed to be a leader this year. Now, even though I wasn't a senior, I felt that I did a good job with stepping up whenever I needed to and helping potentially lead our team to a win every night.
The accolades are starting to roll in. You were All-State a year ago, probably on the fast track for that once again this year. And as you said, when I asked you about being named to the Fab 22, a good quarterback always thanks his teammates. Football is the ultimate team game. Do any of these individual accolades mean anything to you? Does it feel special whenever you find out that you're named to a Fab 22 or an All-State team?
Yeah, I mean, it does feel special to me because it shows that people are recognizing all the hard work and effort that I put in off season. But it should mean just as much to everyone else in the team because, the O-linemen, the receivers, the defense, I couldn't be doing that without any of them. So, I mean, like you said, football is a team game, and there's no way I'd be able to do it by myself.
Now you got basketball season going to be starting up here in a couple of weeks, starting power forward for the Riverhawks this year. Once again, talk to me a little bit about how basketball helps you just kind of clear your mind from all the time that you commit during a football season and even in the off season.
Yeah, so football or basketball, that's really been what sport I've played the longest. I've been playing basketball ever since 4th grade. I've done AAU, travel ball, in school. So basketball has really been a big part of my life for a while. And I really think it helps me get my mind off football because right now football is kind of like an everyday thing. Like I try to do something that involves football every day. But during basketball season, it kind of just helps me keep my mind off things and makes me focus on something else other than football every day, and just helps me, just gives me another thing that I can look forward to.
What's the goal for the Riverhawks this year? Coach Cavo has you guys working hard, and you got the first playoff win in school history on the gridiron. What's the goal this year on the hardwood?
I think that's obviously another goal of ours is to get the first playoff win for the basketball team too, and maybe even section champs. So hopefully all the time that we've put in for the season on the court will pay off this season. I know that there's been many of us that there's a few of us that play football, but some just play basketball too. So I know that they've been working hard and we're ready to go this season.
Yeah, your basketball teammate Jack Valasek stepped on the football field this year for the first time in his life and had a pretty stellar season, all things considered. Some recognition for Jack, after the season as well. Talk to me about that, sharing, a football field, a basketball court with some of these guys. How special is that to be able to play with your friends?
I mean, it's something that you really won't ever experience after high school. Being able to go out and play these great games with your friends is just like an amazing opportunity and something you can't really experience anywhere else. So, I mean, we got Jack out for the football team this year. He was a two-way starter for us, had a great season. Isaiah Brown, he was also a two-way starter for us. He was my top receiver this year and had a great year. Owen Kamer, he was our right tackle for most of the year, and he did a great job. So being able to play with these guys in the basketball court and the football field is just something special.
Yeah, you mentioned Isaiah Brown. You really developed a chemistry with him, especially hitting those big over-the-top balls, you know, him using his size and going up to grab the ball. How nice was it to have Isaiah on the field this year, finally getting healthy?
Yeah, it really helped us a lot. I mean, he played outside linebacker and wide out for us, so he really helped our team whenever we needed it. Like even in the Hampton game, we would go to him whenever we needed a big play, and he would go up and make the play. So he was definitely something that we relied on whenever we needed something to happen. He would go up and do it for us. So congrats to him.
Yeah, you mentioned Owen Kamer as well. Talk about developing a chemistry. Does it carry over from the football field to the basketball court when you're with these guys so much?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, you build a relationship with your friends over the years, and just being on the field every single day. I mean, we practice 4 days a week and then play Friday nights. So being around these kids every day for most of the day really helps develop chemistry and just building a relationship with these kids that will last forever.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much to Cadin Olsen, Armstrong Jr. starting quarterback, for joining me, Josh Schreckengust, here in the High Top Sports Network studios for another student athlete spotlight sponsored by the fine folks at TGIF Solutions. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters. Thanks so much, Cadin.
Thank you.